Hello. I was sitting here journaling. Before I got here, I felt like going to get a snack at the grocery store, right? And so I sat in my car for a bit, I was like, am I really hungry? And I wasn't. And then I started like really feeling how I felt in that moment. And I felt this inner wound inside of me. And the more I focused on it, I started to tear up. And I realized, no amount of yummy snack food, no amount of clothing, shopping, or buying anything feel can fill that void that I was feeling. And I usually feel this at the end of the day, where I feel like I've wasted my day. And I was productive. I ate healthy, I exercised, I worked on my goals, I prepared for the next day. However, I only get so much hours of my life to myself after I work the 9 to 4:30, 9 to 5. And, when I was feeling this raw, gnawing emotion inside of me that made me tear up, I felt like I was betrayed. I felt betrayed. I feel angry. I started to think about all of the people who wronged me in the past, and then I realized that's not it. I could tell off all those people and I'll still feel that gnawing, empty sensation inside. So that's just my ego trying to point the finger at somebody else. And, I started looking at this coat I really want that would make me feel amazing. I've been looking at it since last year. And I was like, you know what? I've bought all of these clothes and I still have nothing to show for it. Half of the time, I don't even wear all of them. I mean, I do wear all of my clothes, honestly. But half of the time, it doesn't, I don't know. It just wasn't going to fill that void I was feeling within. So I started to sit there and feel the emotion, and it's such a surreal feeling. Like, it's like when you sit there and baby your emotion, it's like you have no place to run, no distraction, no source of validation to pull from, to try to avoid what you're feeling. And it hurts, it's painful, but it feels liberating at the same time, because I know I'm not harming myself or running away from an emotion that I'm going to feel later. And if I do avoid it, it's going to come up at such an awkward time, and it's going to be worse. So I just sat in my car outside the grocery store feeling the emotion, and I was like, I was just like, I really need to sit with this some more and, kind of work through this. And when I said I felt the emotional betrayal, when we are young, they tell us all of these positive things that, oh, you can do anything you put your mind to. They tell us all of these cliche things, but they're not honest with us about the fact that, you know, you may not accomplish everything you want to in this world. You may not even be qualified for it. They don't tell us that there's going to be people, you know, who are better than you, who will get those positions that you want, and they just tell us, you know, to achieve. But at the end of the day, you know, if I even were to achieve those things I wanted, I would still feel this void inside, this emptiness, like something's missing. And so I journaled it out, you know, of how it felt. I said, I feel that emptiness inside me again. I felt this more than once. I'm sure people can relate to this feeling. I feel like I'm wasting my life, like I don't have enough hours in the day to put towards being my best self. It feels like I'm being robbed of my life. The gnawing feeling of worthlessness awakens at night when I want to be getting ready for bed. However, I still have so much to do. I sit with the feeling and feel my eyes water. No text back will fill this void. No conversation, no yummy food will fill this void. No dance class, no painting, no alcohol, no man, no amount of shopping will fill this void. Doesn't matter if I tell off those who wronged me, that won't make me feel good. And I'm coming out here to say this because, you know, at the end of the day, we're just women. Like, there's such high expectations for us to go out and do this, go out and do that, go out and be that. But you know what? At the end of the day, if I end up having a baby, I think that will be the thing to fill this void. Now, I'm not saying that will be the end all be all, because once that kid grows up, it might come back around. It might not, because I had a child. I had something that I desire deeply within my DNA that I have no control over. I don't have control over that. I don't know if you guys out there, people who are happily childless, that is great, but this is how I feel. Also, traveling. I sat and journaled, and I thought, I was like, no food, no amount of people I talked to, no new connections, no going new places could help me fill this void. But traveling all over the world will fill this void, because I'll be seeing new places, I'll be doing new things, I'll be in a new atmosphere. And I feel like that is what I really crave, is traveling before the child. But I was thinking, like, what could fill this void inside me? What will light me up? What will make me feel like, give me such an adrenaline rush that I won't feel this emptiness inside? And that's traveling the world and having a child. Now, having a child, that's something I can't do on my own. I don't even have like the foundation for that to happen set in place, unless I were to make an irresponsible decision, pull a Hallie, pull a Sky. I won't do that, especially with how things are today. Definitely not gonna have a child right now. Won't happen tomorrow. But you know what? I did acknowledge that will feel this emptiness inside. And I think that is why women have children, even though it might not be the best logical decision. I think it's because it fills that emptiness inside of them. So many women are wondering why, you know, Halle Bailey and Sky had their babies, and women do this all the time, especially insecure women. I noticed the most insecure women around me when I was in my 20s were the first ones to have kids. That's because kids are like your instant gratification. That's an instant way to make you happy. So I'm self-aware enough to know that a kid would make me happy, especially if it's a baby girl. Praise the Lord. Like, that would make me so happy. However, I'm not in the predicament to have a kid. It wouldn't be in my best interest. I'm gonna need nannies and cooks and maids. Okay. So traveling is doable, but it feels like I can't grasp the concept because I do live paycheck to paycheck, and you know, I save, but I save like a little bit. So I'm like how far across the world is $400 gonna get me? I don't know. Maybe I should, I don't know. I would love to be in Japan right now. I would love to be in California. Ooh, got the chills. I don't know, but you know, when we feel that emptiness inside, I feel, you know, that's a common thing that people feel. If you know, maybe a regular average person who's not living your dream life. And what even is a dream life? I mean, we got people living their dreams who's taking drugs and alcohol before they go to sleep at night. So I feel like all of this is an illusion. It doesn't matter if you're living your purpose. It doesn't matter if you have a job that you love. You're probably going to end up feeling that emptiness inside regardless. And you have to be self-aware enough to not try to fill it with drugs or alcohol or something that will harm you or food to numb it. Just sit with it. Sit with it. Get it over with. Sit with it. I just cried. I cried like a baby because I realized like yeah, this feeling makes me, it's strange how, you know, my ego makes me point the finger at other people. Like, this person insulted me, this person yelled at me, this person did that, this person did that. But then I point the finger back at myself and I'm like, okay, I didn't stand up for myself. So I'm really angry at myself for not saying something or being assertive or coming back and being like, hey, what the hell is wrong with you? Because I didn't find it important enough. I didn't find that person worthy enough. But I should have, because then my ego would have no one to blame at that point. But, you know, finger pointed back on me. This is my reality. So I am creating what I want here. I'm changing the narrative my ego is trying to control. My inner child is out of control. She's hurt for some reason. And she's bored. I think she's bored. She wants to travel. She wants a sibling, maybe a little baby. No to the baby, yes to the travel. So I think this is a great form of self-therapy to do with yourself. You know, when you feel that, like crying for no reason, when you feel that aching pain inside, try not to reach for the first thing your mind tells you, whether that's emotional eating, alcohol, drugs. Please sit down, get a journal, get a pen, and write it out. Write how you feel. Write what it feels like. Sometimes I even Google, like, why am I feeling this emptiness inside? And people give such great, like, advice, because this is a human emotion that is common. Don't reach for the Zoloft. Don't go and get a prescription. I'm telling you, get this journal and write out your emotions, and you're going to find what you need. I just found what I need by talking it out, writing it out, and talking it out. I need to travel. I am a traveler girl. I don't like staying in one spot. I've been in the spot for too long. You know, I need to like constantly move. And I met my old coworker at a coffee shop, and she's the same way. She likes to be on the move constantly. She doesn't like being in one spot. But it's hard because then again, I don't like traveling like nonstop. I like to have a foundation of a place I can always come back to. So now I have to be more creative. I thought it was my creativity that I was depressed about, but it wasn't, because I can sit here and paint, make jewelry, make some dresses, and yeah, it'll make me feel good for 10 seconds, but I'll still feel this aching feeling in my tummy like something's missing. Something that I need to experience, not like create. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys on, you know, how I process my emotions to find out what it is I really desire. And I feel like everybody feels that aching sensation deep within, deep down within sometimes. And I feel like if everybody just kind of sat with themselves, breathed a little, gave themselves some compassion, that the world would be a better place. People won't be lashing out. People will be maybe less likely to abuse themselves. And yeah, I hope this helps someone.